Hello, I'm Richard Chambers, and thank you for joining me on A View from the Audit Trail, my continuing series on issues relevant to effective internal auditing. Today, I'd like to address my comments to audit committee members. I want to help them better understand who is best positioned to audit the organization's most critical risks. As an audit committee member, you play a crucial role. You bring experience, leadership, and financial acumen to the organization. But before you lean back in your leather chair and celebrate your position, I'd like to suggest that you reflect on the full scope of your responsibilities. Your importance and value to the organization have increased dramatically in the past decade. Regulators, executive management, and shareholders rely more and more on the audit committee. They need you to provide significant direction and oversight. And that's not just on financial controls and reporting. There's also a growing list of complex risks that challenge today's businesses. You're probably quite familiar with the role of the external auditor, the independent reviewer of financial statements. In fact, you probably think oversight of the external auditors is your most important responsibility. Meanwhile, you might not have a deep understanding of the internal audit function. I'm here to tell you internal auditors can provide crucial support to you and the entire audit committee, as well as to management. Seasoned audit committee members often describe internal audit as their eyes and ears, and they see the chief audit executive as a trusted advisor. If you haven't had a lot of contact with strong internal audit functions, I'd like to offer you some insight into how they bring value to the organization. First, you are charged with oversight of risk management, but where do you get your assurance? Internal audit brings risk-based assurance on the effectiveness of internal controls. The goal is to mitigate financial, operational, compliance, and strategic and business risks. Audit committee members often view this as internal audit's most critical service. Simply, the internal auditors have your back. Second, internal audit understands an organization's risk management, risk appetite, and risk culture. In these challenging times, corporate boards are expected to provide oversight of risk management in their companies. There is no more objective source of assurance on the effectiveness of risk management than a well-resourced, independent internal audit function. Third, internal audit provides unique insight and foresight. You might think of internal auditors in a 20th century context. They're merely bean counters looking at the past. But today's internal auditors are equipped to provide insight and advice on risk management and control in the company. They are also increasingly able to offer foresight. They bring an important perspective on strategic and business challenges to the company. This is critical for key risks to be effectively identified and managed. Here's something else you might not realize. Internal auditors offer assurance and insight on the health of corporate culture. Some of this century's biggest corporate scandals, from Enron and WorldCom to Wells Fargo and FTX, can be attributed to weaknesses in organizational culture. Internal audit, if well-positioned and resourced, can keep its finger on the pulse of corporate culture and report on problems before they grow into scandals. Of course, these benefits and more can be realized only if internal audit can do its job. This requires a number of commitments from you and your fellow audit committee members. First, audit committees must maintain strong communications with the chief audit executive. This includes frank and frequent communication with executive sessions free from management influence. To support that, there must be a dual reporting system. Internal audit's independence relies on being free from management pressures. That's why the CAE should report administratively to the highest level of management, preferably to the CEO, and the CAE should report functionally to the audit committee. You must also ensure adequate resources for internal audit. You don't want management muting or manipulating internal auditing by controlling the purse strings. The audit committee must ensure that internal audit has the budget to do its job. Make sure a strong CAE is in place. The audit committee should be intimately involved in the CAE's hiring, firing, and performance review, as well as compensation. Delegating those responsibilities solely to management can lead to CAEs who are not qualified or fully objective. The external auditors may seem more important to you than the internal auditors, but consider this. The most lethal risks to shareholder value aren't financial. They are strategic, business, operational, and compliance. Guess who audits those? For a view from the audit trail, I'm Richard Chambers.